Latest rules for travelers entering Canada are causing some anguish among the many snowbirds who went south for the winter. The Canadian Snowbird Association insists its members are a distinct group, not everyday vacationers, and therefore they should be exempt from the new requirements. For more, let's bring in Martin Firestone, president of Travel Secure. Martin, I understand where they're coming from, but a traveler is a traveler is a traveler coming across the border, and the virus doesn't care if you're a snowbird or not.
No, it doesn't. And this has led to a very confusing day, and one that the snowbirds are calling and wondering what they should do.
So what are you telling them?
Well, they've got a few choices. They either come back before February 22nd, which February 21st is a little bit of a shortened snowbird season, or they either stay longer and wait for the restriction to be moved, which I think is problematic because that could be May, June, July, and then they have to extend travel insurance and worry about a whole host of other things, or fly back and take the 3-day hotel quarantine. Or maybe one last loophole, fly to a city in the U.S. on the border and then take a rental car and drive over, because it appears you're not going to face the 3-day quarantine there.
That's right. You still have to quarantine at home, and you have to show proof of a negative COVID test. But again, playing devil's advocate here, surely they knew there's been enough time that if you are out of the country, coming back in would pose some challenges and potentially a cost to yourself because of COVID. It's been with us now almost a year.
It has. I don't think they ever thought the last layer would be put in that was put in today. It's not only just the cost of the $2,000, which nobody's making it quite clear. Is it $2,000 a person, $2,000 a room, $2,000 for 1 day, or if it's 3 days, is it more or less? So right. That's where the confusion lay right now. But you're right. They knew it was going to happen to some degree. I just don't think they thought it was going to happen like this.
Sure. So do you think they should be exempted, and on what grounds?
No, I mean, they have to go across the board with everybody, I would think. So I do believe that they are property owners that do look after themselves. They mask, they social distance. So they believe they're not on a 1-week sort of beach sort of trip. But still, that's depending on what hat you want to wear, you'll justify or rationalize any way you want. Do
you anticipate then quite a quick wave, a burst of activity of snowbirds trying to get home before February 22nd?
I don't. I actually think the majority of them will either adhere to the rules and stay till April, and if it's still in place, then do the 3-day quarantine, or extend and watch as the restrictions go and make a decision at that point if they come back. Or the other obvious, if they have a car down there, is drive home across and come on the land border. Right,
or as you mentioned, fly to, a close city, be it Buffalo, be it Seattle, be it, something where they can go and then drive up from there. How many would you say people are impacted by this, Martin, just from your, general knowledge?
I would have to think there's hundreds of thousands of people away right now down south. I mean, I agree. This is going to stop people from getting on a plane today and flying down south. But all the ones that have been down there since November, or the slew that went down in January, they are there now and have to find their way back. So it's a question of when and how.
Right.